Chalo, Hatho, Giridhari, Kahe, Pitchkari.
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 Rang mein bijo gai chunari mori sari kuvara shamamari manatanaye bye bye sumjai Kahari karun kachu banahinaye Chalabaliyan karata aisu nipata anari Chalo Hatho Giridhari Kahe Pitchkari.
Chalo, Hatho, Giridhari, Kahe, Pitchkari.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Chalo Hatho Giridhari, Kahe Pitchkari.
Chalo, Hatho Giridhari. Giridhari, Kahe mari Pitchkari.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Bolo.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Hare.
Chalo Hatho Giridhari, Kahe Pitchkari.
Chalo Hatho Giridhari, Kahe Pitchkari.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Nisa Gama Pada Pama Gare Sa.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Gama Pa Nida Pa Pada Pama Gare Sa.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Gama Dani Sa, Gama Dani.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ji radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye rahe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ji radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye rahe.
Bolo jai radhe, jai radhe. Jai Shri Krishna bolo jai radhe.
Everybody. Jai Radhe. Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye rahe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo jai radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye rahe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo jai radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye rahe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo jai radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye rahe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo jai radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye rahe.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram
Everybody.
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, 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 Hare, Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, 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 Hare, Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare, Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare, Hare.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna, bolo ye Rahe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna, bolo ye Rahe.
Bolo Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna, bolo ye Rahe.
Bolo.
Rahe, Jai Rahe. Jai Shri Krishna, bolo ye Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna, bolo ye Rahe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna, bolo ye Rahe.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Jai Shri Rahe.
Jai Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Jai Shri Rahe.
Jai Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Jai Shri Krishna.
Radhe Radhe.
Rahe, Rahe.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna.
Radhe Krishna.
Rahe, Krishna.
Krishna Radhe.
Krishna, Rahe.
Radhe Radhe.
Rahe, Rahe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Rahe, Rahe, Rahe. Jaya Jaya Shri Rahe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Vashana Jai Shri Radhe.
Rahe, Rahe, Rahe. Varshana Jaya Shri Rahe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Rahe, Rahe, Rahe. Varshana Jaya Shri Rahe.
Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Shri Rahe.
Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Shri Rahe.
Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Shri
Jai
Rahe.
Shri Radhe.
Jai Shri Rahe.
Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai
Jai
Shri Rahe.
Shri Radhe.
Jai Shri Rahe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Rahe, Rahe, Rahe. Jaya Jaya Shri Rahe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Rahe, Rahe, Rahe. Jaya Jaya Shri Rahe.
Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Shri Rahe.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Shri
Jai
Rahe.
Shri Radhe.
Jai Shri Rahe.
Jai 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 Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Radhe Krishna.
Radhe Krishna.
Rama Radhe.
Rama Radhe.
Sham Radhe Sham Radhe Sham Radhe Sham Bolo
Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham.
Together one last time.
Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham,
Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Ooh, divine love affair. Ki Jai.
Oh, glories to everybody
Yes.
around the world. Thank you for
let's-
singing with us.
Choose to be lovers, not fighters.
Yes.
It's easy to be a fighter,
Let's keep the loving going.
but it's classy to be a lover.
If you want to join us on Zoom, we welcome you to take the class and learn about the raga and every piece of information to make you be able to incorporate this to your yoga classes and to your practice.
And to deepen the kirtan practice.
Yes, so please email us at krishnakirtanmusic@gmail.com with your first name and last name, and we'll send you all the information with a Zoom link as well for you to join us and become a patron of ours so we can keep these beautiful classes going on and also share them on YouTube so that everybody can listen to all of our recordings. So thank you for joining us, and now we're going to go over the pastimes and
There's
the ragas.
so much to talk about.
Yeah, so
it's like
grab
I
your
have
pen
to-
and paper.
In my head, I have to edit, what to say and what not to say because really we're here for the music. We tolerate the class, but we're here for the music. And the class is just so that we can then deepen our practice. And music is such a powerful tool. And no wonder the Vedas say that in the spiritual world, every word is a song and every step
It's
is a
a dance.
Yeah.
Woo-woo!
So that's why music and dance are such an integral part of who we are. So today we go over Bhairavi. So Bhairavi is a very important rag because it is also one of the 10 thoughts or scales. So I do have to make a distinction. When I talk about the rags, I'm talking about the Hindustani, North Indian style. Carnatic, the South Indian, is very different. So for example, and don't ask me why, for some reason, Bhairavi of Hindustani is more akin to Todi of Carnatic. So there are some differences between the styles. So that being said, this is Hindustani, North Indian. So there was a great musicologist, Pandit Bhatkande, and he decided that there was a need for a classification of the rags. So he classified the rags and said that out of the many, many, many rags that there are, they can all fairly much be divided and classified into 10 thoughts or scales. And so those scales, there's Kamaj, Bhairav, Bhairavi, Kafi, Kalyan, Asawari, up unto 10 thoughts. Each of those thoughts or scales have a signature rag of their scale. So Bhairavi is both a thought and the signature rag of its thought. So you can have another rag that is in Bhairavi thought. But Bhairavi is both the thought and the signature rag of its scale. What we played today was not pure Bhairavi, it was slightly Mishra, because we voiced some notes that are not purely Bhairavi. So Bhairavi is it's a very sweet rag, and the scale is akin to Phrygian mode in the European scale. So it's they call it the church mode, and little wonder why, because Bhairavi, the resounding rasas of Bhairavi are karuna or compassion, and also bhakti and devotion. So you really need those two qualities. Well, you better have those two qualities if you're in church. So I can see why it's akin to the church modes of European music.
And I just sent you on Zoom, and I put it also on the screen, the Mishra Bhairavi Rag, Arohi going up and Avrohi, so you can follow Shri
Yes.
on the next step.
So the Aro and Avro are going to be the same as Bhairavi, but now we understand that we're going to voice some of the notes differently. So the ascending, the Arohi, it is the further classification is the Jati, is Sampurna. So there are 7 notes voiced going up and 7 notes voiced coming down. And I'll just do them for you, and then we'll do them together, because I want to make a note about some of the notes. Sa re. So there is there's an undulan, there's a shake, an oscillation on re. Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa. So re and da both have that oscillation, the undulan. Sa, pardon me. Sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. So let's do that together. Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa. Sa ni da pa ma Let's do it.
One more time.
Okay.
One more time.
One more time.
Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa sa ni da pa ma ga re sa.
The Vishranti stans, or the stoppable notes, the notes that you can rest on, you can take a breath on, you can hang out, the hangout notes, are sa, ma, and pa, and high sa. Let's do akar or a.
Let's do it one more time.
Bhairavi is considered the queen of the rags. And it's best early morning, and we'll go more into that. But it's also often used as a concluding piece in a classical music concert. So it's kind of any time. The reason why we are Mishra is because we do, for example, Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare. If that was regular, it would be Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare, Hare. But we go Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare, Hare.
So remember, Mishra is a variation, so it's a modification to the actual rag.
But not
So
such
like
a
a
very,
remix.
Yeah, it's a rag remix.
It's a mashup. Yes.
So, but it's not such a variation that it's become a whole new rag. It still has the
It's a
qualities.
little detail.
Yes, and it's considered fine to do in the pursuit of bringing out the mood of the rag. So the rules are a guideline. Really, the evoking the rasa, that's the primary goal here. And if that can be done by adding in some variations, then voila, right?
Yes.
So Bhairavi, how did it get its name?
The prahar.
Okay, we'll go back to that. So a couple more things. The vadi, the most important note in this rag, the hangout note, or kind of like if you were to play one tone underneath the entire rag, that tone would be ma. So, and also in this one, the samvadi, or the secondary note, is sa. So obviously sa is it's the root note. It's going to go with everything, but it's not always the vadi or the samvadi.
It's a note that you can sit on it for a longer period of time.
And you can even drone it, and it will be a nice basis. So the time of day for Bhairavi is considered the first prahar of the day. And so this concept of the prahars, the breaking up of the day into lots of 3 hours, 8 lots of 3 hours, 12 hours for daylight, 12 hours for nighttime. This was predicated on actual observable sunlight and actual observable nighttime. So if you live in a place at a time of year where your day is demonstrably smaller than 12 hours, the prahars, the breaking up of the prahar of that daytime into 4 lots of segments will be made smaller.
Yes.
And if your night is longer, your prahars, each prahar will be longer. Obviously, places like Sweden, these are very extreme, but for people who live in Papua New Guinea or something, or in Hawaii, they're closer to the equator, so their days and nights are fairly similar. So this is considered the first prahar. So assuming that a day has 12 hours in it, this first prahar is often considered to be 6 to 9 a.m. then there's a caveat, always a caveat. Certain musicologists and also traditions believe that the first prahar begins during the Brahma Muhurta hour. And the Brahma Muhurta hour is technically an hour and 36 minutes prior to sunrise. And this is considered, Brahma is the creator and Muhurta is the hour. So it's the time of the creator's time. So it's a beautiful time for
So beautiful.
japa, meditation, music, and also for Bhairavi.
And just witnessing the sunrise,
Yes, and just kind of celebrating.
changing the colors in the sky. It's
Celebrating the beauty of life. So the namesake of this rag is Bhairavi. So she is a goddess by many names. She is Parvati, she is Adi Shakti, she is Shiva Shakti, she is Kali Ma, and she is the feminine. She is the feminine expansion and personified consort of Bhairav, a.k.a. Lord Shiva. So think of Shiva and Parvati, think of Bhairav and Bhairavi. And as opposed to Kafi, which we've gone over recently, Bhairavi and Bhairav, these are ancient rags. They're at least 1,500 years old. In fact, Bhairav is considered Adi Rag, the first rag. So these are ancient rags. Much of what we sing in Bhairav today is Mishra Bhairavi. So Bhairavi, she's, as I said, she's a goddess. She lives in Mount Kailash, and her mount is a lotus. So that's her vehicle. Some people get around in a Tesla. Bhairavi gets around on a lotus. I know which one I prefer. I'd like to have a self-driving lotus any day. So she has her own Bij mantra. It is, and I had to write it down because I can't remember it verbatim. It's Om Hasaim Hasakarim Hasaim Bhairaviye Namo Namaha. So if you want to invoke the blessing of Bhairavi, you can chant her Bij mantra. And for you guys on Zoom, I can actually share that with you guys later. So that is Bhairavi. So when we sing Bhairavi, we look for the mood of compassion and bhakti, and also sometimes a little melancholy in there. So interestingly, the melody that we sang today comes from a bandish or a song about Radharani, and she's very, very mad at Krishna but that's sort of sad mad, not like I'm going to kill you mad,
No, it's
but
a playful.
sad mad.
It's a playful.
And she's mad at him for throwing coloured water on her. And this relates back to a pastime, which is one of the origin stories of Holi. There's a couple of origin stories. And one of them is that Krishna was kind of asking his mother Yasoda and saying, Mother Yasoda, like, why am I sham? Why am I dark like a rain cloud? But Radharani, she's golden. She's very golden coloured. And Mother Yasoda was a bit busy and I don't have time for this, Krishna. You can always change the colour of your skin anytime. You can, just go into the pantry, grab some turmeric, grab some ginger, grab some kumkum from my bedroom. And so Krishna thought this was a great idea. So we went and grabbed all the colours, and then he went with his gopas to Varshana, where Radharani lives, and he and his gopa friends threw coloured water all over Radharani. And to this day, Holi is celebrated, and it's absolute madness in Braj, because it's not just a day long, it actually goes for a whole week. And if you're wearing white, you have a target on your back, because everyone just wants to plow you with colour. It's about as much fun as you can have without getting arrested. And to this day, they're all around the world, in Auckland, New Zealand, in Spanish Fork, Utah, and actually all around
Festival
America.
of Colors.
They do the Festival of Colours, and that's a.k.a. Holi. It's generally, the festival is around March time if you're doing it according to the Vedic calendar. But
Actually, it became a monthly tradition.
Yeah, you should just celebrate it whenever the weather's good, because you will be hosed down afterwards.
And we are celebrating it today.
Well, Oh, we just sang Bhairavi.
It's how I feel like I'm celebrating it.
So I love to take these ancient melodies and then switch them out with the Maha Mantra or other mantras, because then we can all sing it together. It's not a performance. I'm not just singing a song and you don't have to sit there and learn all the words. But if you do, it's also gorgeous to sing the song. But we can switch it out with the mantras, and then that way we can capture the mood of the rag, which is so important to capture the mood. And then, of course, do you have anything to say about Bhairavi before I go into what today is?
No, let's do it.
So this week, there's never a dull moment. This week is actually a couple of things happening, but in particular, it is a week that includes Guru Purnima or Vyasa Purnima. So this is a very famous tradition in actually all across Asia, because a friend of mine lives in Thailand and said that they also celebrate it in Thailand. So this is a tradition of honoring your spiritual teachers, but also your academic and art teachers, especially educational traditions that are based on a parampara system where they learnt it from their teacher and then they teach it to you and then you teach it. So there's ascending knowledge. You make up a theory, you test it. If it checks out, then it becomes a law, and then you can make more theories based on that law. That's ascending knowledge. Descending knowledge comes through parampara. It comes through the guru-disciple system. Guru has disciple, disciple becomes learned, becomes guru, teaches new disciple. So, I mean, really think of a mother and a child. That's the primordial guru-disciple relationship.
So here we are celebrating also Hridayananda.
Yeah, so we have my Diksha Guru,
Yes.
but also it's important to understand it doesn't just have to be your Diksha Guru. It can be your Shiksha Guru, or you're instructing the person who gives you guidance and instruction. So there's even within my lineage, very much goes through Diksha and Shiksha avenues. There's parts of my lineage that are based on Shiksha, not Diksha. Mm-hmm. And so if you're really lucky, you get to have both Diksha and Shiksha. And so this is a day, it was revived by Mahatma Gandhi, actually. He revived this tradition after the British Raj ruled India for a while, and then Mahatma Gandhi then came and led India. He reinstated the Guru Purnima celebration. And so many different faiths celebrate it in different ways. So, for example, the Buddhists celebrate Guru Purnima to celebrate when Lord Buddha gave his first sermon in Uttar Pradesh. The Shivites or yogis will celebrate it as Lord Shiva first teaching the yoga system. And Hindus will celebrate it to honor their Diksha and Shiksha gurus. Classical Indian dancers will celebrate their dance gurus, and musicians will celebrate their gurus. So in full disclosure, I want to celebrate my guru, Hridayananda Das Goswami Maharaj, and my Param Guru.
He translated two cantos?
So what happened was my Param Guru, Srila Prabhupada, passed away while he was still translating the Srimad Bhagavatam into English. And then my guru finished the Bhagavatam. He finished the later cantos of the 10th canto. Then he did the 11th and 12th. And he's a Harvard, not name dropping, but he's a Harvard Sanskrit PhD. So, I mean, I just want to say he's not some Joe on the street, you know? Although Joes are nice too. And then my Param Guru was very emphatic to say that when you're honoring the Guru, you're not just honoring that one person, but you're honoring the whole parampara system. So it's very nice. So that's this week. So later this week, and this is nothing really to do with us, but we just want to mention it because it's really sweet. Well, we are participating, but we're not putting it on. There is a group of people, I think they're called the Bhakti Zoom Saver Team.
Yes.
They're putting on a 64-hour Maha Guru Purnima festival, And what I really love about it, it's a combination of different Gaudiya Saraswat instructions, meaning that it is not just my spiritual family, it's my cousins and my second cousins and all that spiritually. And they're all coming together to do a Maha Guru Purnima. So there'll be Kirtan.
One Chaitanya family.
Yeah, it's like the one Chaitanya family. So we're getting the crazy extended family together.
Yes, so if you like to join and witness anything from, because it's going to go over all weekend, just go to our Facebook group, Krishna Kirtan Music group on Facebook, and we just recently posted a link.
Yeah, so I think we're going to be doing a kirtan actually this time tomorrow, but don't worry, you can tune in anytime from a few hours before.
And
then.
everybody's going to be sharing their teachings and what they enjoy the most from their guru.
Yeah, what they've learned from their guru, what qualities of the guru that have stuck with them, resonated with them.
It's going to be sweet.
And the reason why we're doing kirtan is because in many ways, like when I think back growing up to my mum and I say, Mum, what do you want for your birthday? And she'd just say, oh, I just need you to be good kids. Or what do you want for Christmas? Oh, I just need you to be good kids. And I'd be like, oh, that's too hard. But so in many ways, what is the best gift you can give your teacher? And that is to actually pay attention to the lesson. Mm-hmm. And the lesson for me from my parampara is, because my parampara goes back through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and then yada, yada, yada. And then it's many. And then it goes to Veda Vyas, which is another person that is celebrated in Guru Purnima. And there goes Narada Muni, Lord Brahma, and Krishna. And so the real teachings of that lineage is Harinam, 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 Eva Kevalam, Kalu Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva Gatiranyita, which is chant the holy names, chant the holy names, chant the holy names. It is so passionately advocated in this day and age as a really accessible, easy form of meditation. And for me, it's the easiest. So that's why I'm honoring my guru by participating in kirtan and taking it as a practice to heart, not just as somewhere that you might, go once a month to a yoga studio and feel really good about it. Bring it into your home, bring it into your heart.
To your yoga practice. Yes.
Bring it to your yoga practice and your yoga teaching as well. So just one final point about Veda Vyas, which also is Guru Purnima. He is the one that compiled the Vedic scriptures and separated them into the 4 different Vedas, the Rig Veda, the Yaja Veda, the Sama Veda, Atharva Veda, and then also the Puranas, which contain the Mahabharata, which also contains Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So you could also think of God as being the original guru, and so it all coming down through all the teachers over the ages and through different traditions. If you're a Christian, honor Christ, It doesn't just have to be,
singing to God.
Yeah, sing to God, however you feel God's presence in your life.
Absolutely.
So with that in mind, I'd love to take the energy of that sense of gratitude to teachers. And for you Yogalution yogis, you've got the best teacher in the world. You've got Dharma Shakti.
That's right.
So maybe also leave a little space in your gratitude to send it towards Dharma Shakti. And let's think about all our teachers. And sometimes our greatest teachers have been not even friends or well-wishers. Sometimes our greatest teachers have been, lessons that have kind of taught you a thing or two.
Felt uncomfortable.
Yeah, that felt uncomfortable is probably the best way to say it.
So now you're ready to sing again and
With
celebrate
mood.
Guru Purnima and celebrating Raga, having a nice chat with Krishna.
Yes, having a moment with Krishna and telling him what's what. What's what? So flooding our hearts with gratitude for all our teachers. Chalo Hatho Giridhari Kahe Pitchkari Pitchkari.
Chalo Hatho Giridhari, Kahe mari Pitchkari.
Chalo Hatho Giridhari, Kahe mari Pitchkari.
Chalo Hatho Giridhari, Kahe mari Pitchkari.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Chalo Hatho Giridhari, Kahe mari Pitchkari.
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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Chalo Hatho Giridhari, Kahe hamare Pitchkari.
Chalo Hatho Giridhari, Kahe mari Pitchkari.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Nisa gama pada pama gare sa.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Gama pa ni da pa pada pama gare sa.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Gama da ni sa, gama da ni sa, gama da ni.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, 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 Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Ji Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Ji Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye Radhe.
Bolo Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe. Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe. Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye Radhe.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Everybody.
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare, 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 Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye Radhe.
Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe. Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe. Bolo
Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe. Jai Shri Krishna bolo ye Radhe.
Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Jai Shri 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 Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Everybody, Jai Shri Krishna bolo Jai Radhe.
Oh, Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Jai Shri Krishna.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Radhe Krishna.
Radhe Krishna.
Krishna Radhe.
Krishna Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jaya Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Varshana Rasi Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Varshana Shri Radhe.
Jai 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 Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jaya Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe. Jaya Shri Radhe.
Jai 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 Shri Radhe.
Krishna Radhe.
Krishna Radhe.
Radhe Krishna.
Radhe Krishna.
Sham Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham.
Hello.
Sham Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham. Together. Sham Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham. Radhe Sham. Radharani ki
Jai.
Maharani ki jai.
Jai. Guru Purnima ki.
Guru Purnima ki jai.
Jai.
And thank you also to my other gurus, dance teachers, music teachers, Nandita Behera, Sanjukta Das Gupta, so many
Yes.
Radha Carmen, so many wonderful teachers over the years.
Also Yoga Lyota for me.
Oh, lovely.
Yes. So nice to keep on learning.
Keep on learning.
Yes.
Until we die, keep on learning.
Yes. And once again, thank you for everybody for singing with us. It's such a pleasure to see your comments, to see you live on Zoom. Thank you for supporting these amazing classes. It is really so nice to share everything we do, everything we study,
And as a
the
world
pastimes,
community, we've got
the ragas.
India, we've got the Americas, and we've got the Oceania here
Yes.
represented.
So
It's
if
so
you'd like
beautiful.
to join this community, please email us at krishnakirtanmusic@gmail.com to join us, and we'll send you all the information. Please include your first name and last name, and it's so nice to see you. Right now, we are gonna stick around on Zoom so that we can go over any questions that you may have about the class,
Yeah,
and we're gonna
go over the
disconnect
class.
from Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for both communities for joining us and for all your lovely comments, as well on Instagram. I see all your comments. Thank you so much. Stick around and please
And we're sideways because we can't get enough distance to go the right way. Just so you know, we are aware we're sideways.
Yes, I
Okay.
forgot what I was gonna say, but yes, thank you very much. Hope to see you soon. Oh, I remember now. Please set up your Kirtan alarm for 10 minutes before the class starts. It is 7 p.m. Los Angeles time every Wednesday and 7 p.m. Sydney, Australia time every Wednesday as well. So 2 times a week. And we will love to see you also on Zoom and taking notes as we are trying to help out with all your musical curation for your yoga classes as well. So thank you very much, and please stick around on Zoom. We're gonna say goodbye to everybody. Thank you, Patrick, for your comments. Hare Krishna.
Oh, Patrick,
thank you.
hi.
Thank you. Haribol.